You are now tuned into the Married and Shit Podcast. Married and Shit with Jumz and Netta.
Welcome back. We are back.
Yes, we are. Finally.
After that
extensive
unusual hiatus
hey, look,
had.
I ain't gonna make no more excuses about this shit. I'm done talking about consistency about this podcast.
Well, hold up. But yes, that's true. As we have mentioned, now I think we should introduce ourselves. You know.
Okay. Who are you?
I am Netta, but I have taken on the name. My husband has given me Miss Chocolate Dropping, Melanin Popping.
Yeah.
I'm loving it, so I'm taking on that. And you introduce yourself, baby.
And I am Drums. It's a common misconception that the name is J-Rums or DJ Rums. It's technically D Drums. I know it's a J there, but the J is representative of the just sound in the drums.
How you pronounce that?
So it's D Drums. Or you can just say drums. I'm thinking about dropping the whole D because I think that's confusing people.
Well, people call you both though. I mean, I think I hear more drums, but
I'm thinking it's confusing people maybe. So I'm thinking about dropping the D and just going with drums maybe.
Drop the D.
But we're gonna see about that. But it's D Drums. You can find me like that on Twitter and Instagram. But my official actual government name is Dedrick Moore. You can find me on Facebook like that. If you want to find me on Facebook, but so
yes, that's who we are. And so yes, this hiatus, we thank those who have been following us on this journey. We say that because we're growing. And so if you're new to this, even if you've been listening, once we've mentioned before that this is not your typical podcast content a little bit, and as far as just having a set date and time when things are going to be released, but
we just don't operate
life
on this 7-day calendar everybody else operate on. Unfortunately, we do for the work purposes, but I'm telling you, this trying to stick to a consistent schedule like outside of work sometimes can be a little difficult. On our behalf, but like I said, really no excuses. Nigga just be like,
but
hey.
I just don't want it to be, if it comes to that, and we say this because we want to make sure we establish those. We don't want to make sure people have these expectations of comparison to other things, so we want to let them know just kind of how we are, this is something we like to do, but we're not making it like a job of forcing,
exactly.
But if it comes to being once a week or whatever, we try to get it when we feel like it's time to do something, it's time to get one in, so just had to put that out there because, people may be thinking or trying to figure out what's going on. That's just the way we are doing
you know what I'm
it.
saying? But, once we can find a way to make it more consistent, it'll be more consistent. But right now, it's coming whenever it really comes. And it's going to come.
It's going to come.
But it's coming kind of whenever it really comes. So just, enjoy the ride.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Just sit tight. It may, one day, it may become more than once a week. You never know. It's just that that's just where we at right now.
Just enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
I think we were both enjoying it. So, yeah. And we are on Facebook. We're on Instagram, Married and Shit. So, once again, one of the things I want to talk about today is kind of taking it back to, you know, some one-on-one basic things, because, you know, we've been together for how long, baby? How long we been together?
Going on 4 years, right?
We've been together going on 4 years.
Oh, you talking about married? I'm bad. I was thinking married when you said that. Shit.
4 years.
Far as together, as far as since we was in a
married
relationship.
Going on 4 years. That's true.
But as far as in a relationship before marriage.
Yeah.
How old is DJ? 8.
Mm-hmm.
So I say like 9, 10 years.
Mm-hmm. So we've been together for about 9, 10 years. Married for going on 4. This our year 4. But I wanted to kind of dig a little deeper into the topic that is like, I feel like it's overlooked, but it plays such a big, you know, factor into relationships, you know, and it starts with, I want to say, like dating, you know, because you got people talking about this love, and I feel like we're advocates for love, right, baby?
Yeah,
we represent
definitely.
love. So
Definitely. Love gang.
yeah. So
Gang.
So I just want to kind of get a perspective on, you know, the dating and how that beginning stage is really crucial into really trying to figure out if you really want to take things to the next level. I feel like people are not asking the like deep questions about your mate or somebody you're interested in, not your mate, to discover so much about that person. You know, I feel like the hookup game nowadays is so superficial that people are not looking to really get to know people. You know what I'm saying? Everything's so fast paced. And I say that because I came across some content that was talking about the certain questions people ask during that getting to know each other. You know, you get into your colors, the favorite color, all that just basic elementary game, you know, what you like to do in your spare time, you know, stuff like that. But she asked the question in something so deep, like about what's your relationship with your parents, which should be simple. But what's your relationship about? How's your relationship with your mom? How's your relationship with your father?
You would think that would be
You would think that was just
you...
so natural and
but
just
no, we don't
common
ask no
sense.
shit like that.
But I don't really hear that.
But
so,
you know, I think they got a lot to do with this, like really the whole popcorn dating culture, like where they made dating of culture. You know what I mean? Like a fad, like where you can go and be like them type of questions we get, like what's your favorite color?
Your favorite
It's like
sports
they come from your little magazine bullshit, like your top 10 dating questions, and you know what I mean. It just, I think that's where I think it comes from. I think it comes from the bullshit you've been reading in magazines, the movies, the media,
yeah.
like this romantics game. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't really telling you what love is. They telling you about romanticism.
So it's a false representation of what really love.
Yeah, it don't be love at the time you see. What you see in the movies, what you see on TV don't really be love. It be romanticism, which is a whole kind of art form or a genre in itself. It comes from the Romans. Here's the words romantics. It's some Roman stuff. So it's, you know, so this whole concept of this whole concept of stuff being you know, lovey-dovey, and the concept of being romantic, and you bought me a rose, and the candlelight dinners, and you know, the moonlit walks on the beach. That's all just
moonlit
walks on the beach.
Moonwalks on the beach.
Or you can be moon and lit. But it's just, the moonlit walks on the beach, all that type of thing, you know, just as romantic. It's a concept, it's a fantasy, it's a genre, a fairy tale almost. You know what I'm saying? It's a made up concept. Basically, what I'm trying to say, it don't have nothing to do with real love.
And you got people that are looking at those expectations, or not even those expectations, but are looking for those type of, you know, things to happen in dating and basing things off of that. So, but you know, the question about your parents' relationship, I really think that's deep. I think that's overlooked.
That's a hell of a question.
Because I look at my time, even with meeting you, it's like, I don't think we went through a lot of questioning. We did a lot of growing. I think we started to get to know each other, but we always found out something deeper within one another. And then when you start to bring that stuff to the surface, it kind of resulted, was a result back about the relationship with a parent of mine.
Yeah, and I mean, that's true, and that's just a good question all around, because that's like a number one question all psychologists use. Like, if you ever have to go to a psychologist or ever have to go to anything like that, if you got emotional issues, anything, depression, just whatever you're going through, you got sexual disorders, whatever it is, man, the psychologist gonna get down to your parents and see what the root of that is. So that's just a good question in general to always ask, because that will really tell you what this person
it's kind of like
faults,
that foundation.
personality faults a lot. You know what I'm saying? His emotional connection with his parents. So you'll that will key you in on the type of person you're dealing with. Definitely. So that's a good question to ask, just based off a psychological point of view. And it just tells you a lot, about that person. Right. So yeah, I agree with that. That's a hell of a question. And that's something I don't think we ask.
That's what when I heard that, I was like, you know what? I don't think we talk about that.
When you start fighting and fussing, you start realizing, like, why you acting like
that? Exactly.
You're like, oh shit, your daddy wasn't there. Oh, your daddy beat you. Or you know what I'm saying? Or your mama didn't lie. It's some shit. And
then you hear things like, you want to know about a man? Look at how he treated his mama. I've heard that, but I don't think that was like, it didn't hit me. But I looked at that and I was like, dang, I don't think we had those type of questions asked. And and I think some questions, because she went deep into like anything abusive happened in your childhood, but you don't think about in a dating stage how much you want to expose. So I was like, well, but you
and
look
it
at
may
the
not
issues,
be none of that. You know what I'm saying? But it's good to get that out the way.
It's good to get that, because that's the root, like you said.
It may not have nothing to do with the parent. It may be some other shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's good to get that out the way.
Just relationships, kind of figuring out what that person was like as a person. And based on these certain relationships that you feel like should be around you.
If that person don't got no compassion for his mother, run. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's a great
ladies, that should be sign number one. You know what I'm saying? If this person got a messed up relationship with his mother, you might need to head for the goddamn hills. Yeah. Because I'd be afraid of that situation. And I think as a woman,
the reverse of that is the woman if the dad's of the daughter wasn't there. That's a different relationship
too. If you got a woman where her daddy was abusive or her daddy was absent.
Exactly. That's a whole nother monster right there.
You might want to run. But I ain't gonna say that. But jokes aside on that. Yes. But whether it's the man, they got woman problems, or the woman, they got daddy problems. Somebody's gonna have to be there to try to heal that person. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be a task, and it's gonna all be whether you think this person is worth the work. Right. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, because you're gonna have that. You're gonna have them problems. You're gonna have that bullshit with every relationship.
And I think that's the key thing of knowing. People need to know there's going to be somebody's going to heal in some type of area. You got to realize that you're not going to be coming. People are patching up, so it's certain things you may have to deal with, but it's up to you to figure out if you want to go through that, if you're willing to go through that healing process, because you're going to have to be a part of that. Yeah. And discovering what is it that needs to be healed.
And that's what's going to actually heal both of y'all. And that's what's going to actually help y'all figure out who y'all really are. You know what I'm saying? If you keep running from that, it's going to keep coming up. And in every relationship. There's no way out of these lessons. Yeah. There's no way out of them. If you fail a grade, nigga, you going back. You know what I'm saying? Same thing in life. If you fail a lesson, nigga, it's coming
something
back.
You didn't learn that you need to learn to get to the next level. Exactly. However you want to do it, but we can look at it as a grade level, and that's a good point, because another common saying is that niggas ain't shit, or men, you know, ain't too many good men out there, ain't too many good women out there, women all thoughts or whatever, and you know, it's just like
don't nobody want to heal.
Nope. Yeah.
Nobody want to take the time and go through that pain, go through that hurt, go through the psychological shit they got to go through, face the trauma, face all the bullshit you done did, face all the bullshit that's been done to you. You got to face all of that, and somebody gonna have to help you go through that. You know what I'm saying?
That's what they
ain't
say.
nody gonna be able to fix it but you.
Each other
yeah, it's gonna be a personal choice.
Create a hole.
You know what I'm saying? Right. You know, but it's still ultimately gonna be a personal choice.
Exactly.
You're gonna have to make your mind up that I'm gonna go through this and get through this.
Yeah.
But somebody's gonna have to be there to support you. You know what I mean? It's gonna be somebody while you pushing the weight. Somebody gonna have to spot you. That's what they do in the gym. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have somebody just in case it should get a little heavy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody can help you get push it on up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody can help you. So you need a spotter. You know what I'm saying? And your partner in your relationship is your spotter. You know what I'm saying? When you're trying to push that weight to build that muscle, because that muscle how you get strong. And you know what I'm saying? When you get strong, you can handle more shit. You can go further. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole concept. You know what I'm saying? Of building muscle. Just like working out. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't do the emotional workouts, guess what? You're gonna be emotionally weak as fuck. Every time some shit come up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't been in the gym. You ain't doing emotional workouts. You ain't going through shit. You know what I'm saying? So you have to deal with that. You're going to have to deal with that trauma, deal with that pain, deal with that bullshit if it's worth going through that person with. You know what I'm saying? If it's not worth it, kick rocks, move on. You know what I'm saying? And find somebody that's worth going through it with, because best believe it's coming back. You know what I'm saying? But you're going to have to be ready to go through, you know what I'm saying? Go through that.
That pain. Pressure, what is it? Pressure bust pipes.
Bust pipes and make diamonds. You know what I'm saying? So if you ain't trying to shine, bitch, be gone. Be gone.
Be gone, bitch. Be gone. So yeah, I think that's so important, and especially in our community, in our culture. It's just it's so looked over, you know, and it's so important for us to be a relationship with one another, because we're both damaged, but we got to understand that we need each other to heal. As you know, melanin beings, you know, women and men, we got to do that. We have to. So, but little things like that. But I'm glad we were able to get past, because we went through some shit, baby.
Oh,
and
man.
we found out shit, like, just our journey was just discovering a lot about each other and, you know, as individuals, and that was just a lot of just
it was
energy and
it was
experiences happening.
Lot. You know, it took some time to get through that initial phase of just that romanticism, like we was talking about. We get through the romantics. Oh, you so cute,
right?
It's just so fun being together.
Can't get away
you know
from
what I'm
each
saying?
other,
Right? You know, all of that take a while to, you know, get the sexual tension out the way.
Yeah, that was.
You know what I'm saying? All of that, and whatever you think about that, you know, sex before marriage and all of that, you know, that's up to you. You know, to each his own. Me, I know it's best to get that shit out the way so I can see what the really deal is. You know what I mean? And I think most people would probably agree. You know what I mean? Because you may still be living off that romanticism, and you may still be living off this honeymoon stage, feeling that and shit, because you horny. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Your root chakra goddamn on fire. And you ain't been able to move that energy up higher than the root chakra because you stuck there.
And then lowers
you ain't got it out the way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But to each his own. You know what I'm saying? Because the same people that talk about not having sex before marriage be the same people that be in divorces, and be the same people that got kids out of wedlock. the same people that got side babies. You married, but we find out you got side babies.
Right.
Or you got relationships on the side because, you know, you didn't deal with that before you move forward. So you got in a relationship and now y'all sexual tension, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you didn't held the standard too high. You just been waiting so goddamn long. You like, oh, this is gonna be the greatest. And when you got it, you like, oh, okay, it's the same shit.
Yeah.
And I still got to deal with all this emotional shit that I was dealing with before the marriage. But y'all didn't deal with the emotional shit.
Yeah.
Because you were so stuck on like, I want to be able to connect with this person in this manner.
Yeah.
But I got to wait till I marry this person to connect with this person in this manner. You know what I'm saying? Now if you done got married, now you do connect. And it's so much emotional baggage y'all ain't dealt with because you wanted to get that
physical.
You know what I'm saying? You want to get that physical passion.
I mean, I think things probably can alter that even when one get past the physical. That
if you can stick with that.
Connection.
You can stick with it, and you can fight through
because
that.
you with someone. Well, I mean, you can definitely see a connection. If something's lacking, there's gonna be a result. There's a cause and it's an effect because of this is happening. So that means there's not a balance of some kind of energy when you in that.
But my thing is with the sexual aspect, when you have sex with somebody, energy changes between y'all. Now, if y'all ain't never had sex, you don't know what this energy change gonna feel like. You know what I'm saying? Like when you have sex with somebody, that mystery is gone. The thrill is gone. You know what I'm saying? That whole shit. The thrill is gone now. So now you gotta deal with the real shit. You know what I'm saying? So so if you wait till marriage to deal with the thrill, and now you in marriage having to deal with the real, you might even see this person different now. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
you might
if you
feel a
dated
certain
this
way.
person too, though, before you even been intimate
But how
with them,
long?
you probably
How long?
So the thrill is that I'm gonna deal with this emotional stuff because I haven't had that.
How long? I want to see how many people. Like now, I don't know. This is just speaking from from experiences I've seen and personally. I want to know how many people that have dated for multiple years and ain't had sex. How many people dated for 1 year ain't had sex?
And still together?
Yeah,
like
and married
and
them.
still together?
Yeah, and still together. You know what I'm saying? How many people dated for 2 years, didn't have sex, married, still together?
You gotta do a poll.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just, please holler at me, because I'm just trying to figure out. I'm just trying to figure out how this works. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, man.
So people that are celibate,
sex before marriage is so tricky to me.
If you date someone, okay, like you said, you probably if that person established they want to be celibate, you gotta honor that. So it's up to you to be with. Yeah, and I'm just thinking. So if they stay together, and all of a sudden they have sex, and it's just complicated, they ain't together, then that lets you know like they honored it. But sex was because they didn't have sex sooner, or get that out the way, like you said, there was nothing to build off of. They just was like, okay, I got that part, but that's some strong energy for that to affect. Moving forward.
Man.
But
are they still virgins that's like 18 and 19 and 20? I guess they still out there. I mean, I guess there would be virgins that young, but how many virgins get married? How many are virgin wives?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's apparently the ultimate goal as far as religion goes. You know what I'm saying? Is being a virgin wife. How often does that happen? You know what I'm saying? Both ways, or a virgin husband.
Right.
How often is that happening?
I'm sure it's a very small percentage.
And when I say virgin, I mean not even. You could be, picky and say, "Oh, penetration." That mean, but if you out here doing oral, if you out here doing anything,
part of sex.
That's sex to me.
You getting off something.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the energy. I'm
trying to figure out how many people virgin
true plain old
virgin people who ain't did no sexual contact, nothing that could be considered sex.
If we can get one person,
oral sex is sex. That's what's I call oral sex. You know what I'm saying? Now, masturbation, I don't know what people want to call that. You know, I mean, I guess that might not be sex, but anything that, you know,
in exchange with
that's an exchange with another person.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure both genders, I'm sure that's very rare. But if you can get one, whether it was the man or the woman, that'll probably be higher than two virgins coming together.
Man, holler at us if you was a virgin wife or a virgin husband. Email us or hit us on the Facebook, marriedandshit615@gmail.com, or hit us up at on the Married and Shit Facebook page. Man, let us know if you was a virgin wife or a virgin husband, or if you're celibate and you're dating and you haven't had sex with your partner and y'all been together for like a long term, you know what I'm saying, like a year.
Okay.
And if you celibate and you've been with a partner that you've been dating for a year and y'all haven't had sex, holler at us. We need to talk to y'all. We might need to call y'all in to the show just to get some insight. You know what I'm saying? We'll make it happen.
Unique.
We'll figure out how to get y'all on the show. Whether it's just phone call or whatever. So holler at us on that.
Yes. So, to kind of keep a little bit on this topic, sex, we know is just so important. But shout out to sex. Clink it up to sex.
Sex. Clink.
Clink. Woo.
All right.
So on this sex topic extension, so when also making this connection with this person, you want to take it to the next level and be serious with you in this serious relationship, do you think having a sexual encounter with people in your past affect building a relationship with someone past that?
It shouldn't.
As far as like,
what do you mean? How is somebody having sex in the past with somebody supposed to affect their current relationship?
Right, I don't know. So I came across something that challenged my thinking about basically a woman, and I'm sure a man too, but I guess women, because we're more the emotional side of the being, that when you sexually connect with someone, you carry an energy, and this energy can also affect the people that you attract, and it can also be a detrimental to your future relationships because of the energy. So basically, like dirty and negative energy. Okay. And so that's just so that
energy kind of transferring
from your past sexual connections with people.
Yeah.
Can somehow have this effect. So that just kind of made me think of just. I
mean, I think it's a possibility. I think that's when some kind of self cleansing got to come into play.
Yeah, the yoni cleansing, or just
some yoni steaming,
your aura, and stuff like that, especially for the females.
Aura cleansing and just different things like that that black people, for the most part, might not be into.
Yeah.
Which is
energy.
Energy. They don't understand the energy. Black people don't understand nothing.
Law of attraction. So we're like magnetic beings,
right.
or just, and so like people say, you hang around a thief, you may be a thief. You hang around whatever you may associate with. Birds of a feather flock together. Yeah. So and it just made me think on building a relationship and why people our age and younger it's coming back, but it's hard, and I'm trying to dig deep into these connections. Like, what about us? And it comes down to sex. things like that, you know, in your relationships. But and then this energy it's the smaller things we overlook, but it's so simple that it's so difficult to really look, you know, check it out. So I'm thinking about, sex. This shit is really deeper than just
it's just deeper than just a physical act. It's also a spiritual act.
It's very deep,
you know. Yeah. So you got to think about the spiritual implications, and that's what we mean by energy. You know what I'm saying? It's deeper than just the physical aspect. You know what I mean? Of physically having sex with somebody. That's a spiritual contract that you made. You know what I'm saying? That's some energy transference that just happened, and that can linger. That can linger on you. You know what I mean? Unless you do something about it. So, you know, people have to be aware of those type of things. You know, and black people tend to neglect a lot of that type of stuff. And you don't even have to be, whether you religious or not, both neglect that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody really focuses on that and on the level that I think it probably should be focused on.
Like what?
Like we were talking about. You know what I'm saying? The cleansing.
The energy.
You know what I'm saying? The yoni steams and the aura cleansing, the spiritual baths, the meditations, the different things that you can do.
Right.
To kind of cleanse yourself of bad energy. You know what I'm saying? Whether you saging yourself, which is just a kind of an aura thing, but it's just, you know, you probably need to, like I said, do something to cleanse, and there's a lot of different ways to cleanse. You know what I'm saying? And we don't get into stuff like that. You know what I mean? We just don't get into that. Like, we just feel like as long as you go to church, you cool.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, that's it. We're gonna go to church, pray a few times, and that's gonna be enough to fight off some spiritual attacks. You know what I'm saying? And for some people, it might be, but for the majority of the people, I doubt it, because look at us. You know what I'm saying? Look at the state of black people as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Not just a few individuals that say they've had a few successes here and there, or they may be doing better than the average black person. Look at us as a whole. And we're one being, technically. Yeah. All the niggas. You're one big nigga.
All the niggas.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, look at the state of black people, and you can tell we ain't been doing the spiritual work like we think we've been doing.
And you know I think we are, but the energy is not going to the right. Well, I don't even say the right source, because it's like what they say. You know, the universe is the mind is all, the universe is mental.
We don't know that. Black people don't know that. That's what I'm saying.
But just think about what we do in religion. You know, we do different things that represents something, you know, but it's all given to a different power what you're doing. Or different
exactly.
deity.
So if you don't understand what you're doing, then it's just tradition.
You know what caught me? We're gonna take a break in a few, but I'm gonna just kind of ride this, but close it in a way, because you know we'll go. Well, I came across somebody saying something. They were on the phone. I was just passing by, and just hearing the conversation. Now, just coming across all the information, it's like we ain't really listening to what we saying, and really looking at what we're doing. Because this lady was on the phone with somebody and was like, yeah, and what we need to do, for some reason, you know, people have gotten away from the church. We got to find a way to get people back in the church. And I was like, so have we not looked at what we have done with the church? And I'm not trying to shine, you know, I don't want this to become a religion bashing thing, because I know we tend to circle back on this. But it's just things that I'm hearing that, you know, it's caused me to think. And for some reason, we don't want to take that out the equation or analyze why this is not really getting us to wherever we want to be as a people. You know, I don't know. I don't want to get into the kumbaya. But when I heard that, I was like, dang, have you not? So why are people straying away then? You want to get people back, but what is it that's haven't been, you know, just what's not working?
Exactly.
That's
think
a
that's the
marketing
question.
campaign.
I think that's the question that we have to ask. What's not working about
Because that's been the most consistent
religion
thing
or
I
church?
can think.
You know what I mean? What may not be working? If people feel like people are falling out the church, why?
Why are people?
Why are they falling out the church? Ask yourself that. And I don't want to just hear, oh, the devil just winning people over. Oh, the people just don't want to hear the truth. If the people follow the truth. If the truth was there, why people wouldn't be there? I just think black people are smart enough to realize when something doesn't feel right. I think black people have enough spirit. Black people have enough intuition to just, when something ain't right, they just falling out of it. Now, we do have more women that are still stuck in the church because I think they're more of the spiritual guided being. So it's something about that energy that's keeping them there. You know, they kind of attracted to the spiritual high they get every week. You know what I mean? So, but women, they greatly outnumber the men in the church right now.
True.
You know what I mean? So the men have damn near tapped out all the way.
Stats, but yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of women, and because the women kind of need that spiritual guidance and connection, and unfortunately, they don't know how to get it from themselves.
And that's the only thing I think that's crazy. You said that. Is that outside of religion, what people look at as if, that science, what they call it, people that believe in science, you are
the Scientologist
or Gnostic, atheist, yeah, that type of stuff.
Well, Gnostic is a little different. Gnostic is actually the original version of technically Christianity.
Okay,
you know
so
what I'm
is it
saying?
agnostic,
which is the agnostic. is when basically you don't believe
that higher individual.
I think atheist is really that.
It's
agnostic
atheist.
Is something about without knowledge or something. I have to look up because Gnostic is knowing knowledge. Agnostic is basically, I guess, without knowledge. I guess it would be
the Big Bang. Is that that nothing? It's a person who believes that nothing is known or can be known of existence or nature of God or anything beyond. So nothing, like nothing.
Atheists is the people who don't believe in there's a God or existence.
That's like agnostic.
No, it's not.
It said no God, nature, or existence. No. A person who claimed neither faith nor disbelief in God.
Right.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. So that means you don't even believe, you don't even deal with it at all. You know what I'm saying? But an atheist is basically anti-God. You just don't believe that there is a God or anything. Agnostic is you just basically void of any knowledge. Basically, you don't believe in nothing.
So, atheist is like no God, but then they probably believe in like nature or something.
They got some kind of alternative.
Something,
yeah.
But God, okay.
It's just not. It's just not the theistic. It's not theology, which is a study of like God and some kind of God.
Okay.
In a religious sense.
So regardless of that belief, I think what I've learned especially outside of religion, is that when you really take accountability and put yourself first, meaning not worshiping yourself, but learning how to fix yourself and looking at everything is because of the decisions you make, and you can have the power of changing things based on your intent, your repetition of things like we do when we're having these rituals and stuff.
So that's geared toward more Gnostic. You know what I'm saying? It's that you know how these things work.
Yeah, outside
You know
of
what
giving
I'm
it to
saying?
that one person
Yeah,
that you
right.
think is just the almighty of everything,
Right.
like this individual that look like this.
Right.
You know, so that's what I'm
Is
saying.
that
when
almighty actually exists in you.
when you
That's a
put
part of
yourself,
Gnosticism.
and that's hard, and it's really hard. It's a discipline out of this world. But
Yeah.
when you do it, you see little. You start to see. You start to really see. You know. But it's so simple. But I just really want to, once you start looking at the things that influence your behavior, your actions, and then, which is your parents, your upbringing, and then you start to be like, okay, put that to the side. Let me hold myself accountable.
Let me know myself.
Let me know myself. Then when you
know?
get to that point, relationships, and when you can be with somebody that can be like that on your level,
Magic.
it's magical. It's magical, and it's rare, but it's common at the same time.
Real spirituality.
You know? It's
You know what
really
I mean?
spiritual, and it's all about thyself. But
Yeah.
I don't know. That was something I had to pour out
If I had my
because
gunshots and horns, for some reason, this board didn't pull it up. I have to pull up the right board. I don't know what I did.
but and I think that's just a way of saying the foundation of how we've grown over some stuff that I thought I would hold down to the grave with you, but when I put myself accountable, shit is so. When both people put each other accountable, shit is beautiful.
And it's definitely
But-
situations we could dig deeper into them, but maybe another day when we can figure out.
I ain't saying we perfect, but
When
we
we can
looked at
figure
the
out how to present
imperfections.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot of things that happen too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so we gonna wrap it up. We back. We not going anywhere. So
we definitely not
everybody do know that this is just who we are. This is the Married and Shit. This is chocolate dropping, melanin popping with my husband. Drums.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break, real quick.
Quick, fast, and hurry.
Play a song. Don't know exactly what, but it'll be a surprise. So we'll play this song. We'll go to a break, and we'll be back with the Juice Report with Mother Juice.
Juice Report.
And the second half of the show, and then we'll be out.
All right, stay tuned. We'll be back.
You're listening to the Married and Shit podcast with Drums and Netta.
That's why you told me most these sheep will move like lawns. That's why I be on my own. My mama thought I was a joke, but Miss Badu told me I'm dope. Yeah, I'm dope. Yeah, I'm dope. Miss Badu told me and I know it, you can't tell me nothing else. That's why every beat I'm on is water and I'm Michael Phelps. Told my partner, get your bread up, but that don't equal well. But you can't help out your partners unless you done help yourself. So I need more than kudos and a high five, cause I went from sidelines to the limelight, and I shine bright, ice cold bars, Klondike, and I never move with the white, this ain't blindside, oh. Finite, but you feel the spirit, whole flow, shine light, so glow, every lyric skin cold, so most po, fear it 9 like Rondo, on my glow when I pivot, oh. Most these sheep will move like lawns. That's why I be on my own. My mama thought I was a joke, but Dave Chappelle told me I'm dope. Yeah, I'm dope. Yeah, I'm dope. Dave Chappelle told me and I know it, you can't tell me nothing else. That's why every beat I'm on is water and I'm Michael Phelps. Me and my dogs eat like kings, but we be working just like slaves. I done made it out of my hood, I deserve some accolades. Cause I maneuver through the doodle like a a bottle of Metamucil in a body that's used to being constipated. And most consumers, they view me as a ruler like Mansa Musa, cause I stay with some jewels that can exonerate them from every ounce of troubled water they've been in. Spend in time in places it ain't safe to swim in. Without yelling, I tried to tell them they should make amends. Where you from? Where I'm from, you see so much pain. What the kid do it big? Now they know my name. I done got it out the mud and put on for my day ones. That's why Miss Badu and Dave Chappelle show a young player love.
You are now tuned into the Married and Shit podcast with Jumz and Netta.
So we're going to go into the new segment of the podcast, bringing some juice report with
Mother. Yes.
Yeah, I'm so retarded.
with Mother Juice.
It's another one. I got that juice.
What's the juice? It's the Juice Report with Mother Juice.
Make it juice.
Yes, I get the applause. Show the love. Show your love.
Yeah.
What's the juice?
So welcome back, Mother Juice. It's been a few weeks since we seen you.
Indeed.
So what's on the Juice Report today?
So I'm going to try to keep it with the flow of relationships, you know. Keep it on y'all married and shit. A married couple popped up on my timeline quite a bit this week. Talking about none other than Teyana Taylor and her husband, Iman Shumpert, whatever his name is. Anyways, in a recent interview, she discussed how her and her husband like to have threesomes.
The three-way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You heard that song?
Yeah.
That's a nice song.
It is.
That's a nice song.
It's a nice song.
But she was talking about, you know, having a three-way with her husband, and she got a lot of backlash from people saying that wasn't a cool thing to do.
Yeah, I seen that article.
What you think about it, Ian?
I was just about to ask.
I seen the article.
I seen it. That's
And
it.
what you take
Y'all
from it?
married and shit.
I mean, congrats to Iman Shumpert.
Omar Shumpert.
Iman Shumpert. I think that's his name. Congrats to that nigga. He's doing his thing.
I did read the article.
And congrats to Teyana. She seems to be having fun her damn self.
So did he cheat before? Because it said something about she's only doing this because she's trying to cover up because he was cheating or something like that.
No.
I feel like that's just speculation.
Well, she replied and just saying, no, like,
yeah.
If I like to bust down some females every
bust
once in a
down,
while, let
bitch,
me just bust it down.
So it's like you said, kudos to them.
Wow.
Dang, disgusting.
And then while we speaking of Teyana Taylor, I don't know if y'all been following her recently. Her and Jeremiah then got into it on the tour. And what do y'all think about Jeremiah threatening Teyana?
I don't know anything about it.
So apparently they got some beef. They were on the tour together. From my understanding, it was Teyana Taylor's her concert. Okay. And he was just kind of on the concert with her, and he was throwing shots at her apparently on multiple events, saying that she opened up for him and how he was tying up the tech crew and all of this, and she couldn't perform, or she couldn't practice rather, during dress rehearsal. And they kind of had words or whatever, and she was talking about how she wanted to smack him.
In person with each other?
Nah, of course it wasn't in person. This was all over like Instagram Live.
But he was there at the event.
Yeah, they were on tour together.
Okay.
And then he ends up beefing with her. I'm just mad because I bought a ticket to see her in Nashville, and sis ain't coming because they canceled the concert.
Y'all don't get a rain check on her?
We get a refund.
Oh.
So
wait a minute. So he got upset with her because of what?
She got upset with him.
Okay.
Because he was more so being disrespectful to her. And she kind of like, bro, this is my tour. We're supposed to be working together talking about, equal opportunity, and I'm helping you, you helping me.
Right.
Everybody's winning, but ego got in the way. But apparently other people have had issues with Jeremiah when being on tour with him. So maybe he's just a diva. Can you call a man a diva?
A Mitch.
Mitch. I know a couple Mitches.
Any nigga voice go that high, it might be diva-ish.
Diva-ish.
Voice high as hell.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know about all that.
Y'all got to stay up on it.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to that shit.
But I wanna put my 2 cents on the 3-way though. Y'all just
Sorry, sis.
Dang,
so what are your thoughts on the 3-way?
What's your opinion?
Shoot.
Let's hear it.
Since you asked.
No. What you got to say?
So, no, I read the article word for word. And I just wanted to say, because I feel like when anything is out in the media, everybody has their opinion about everything. But in a relationship, do you really feel like people can have their opinion, but do you, because she got a lot of backlash, a lot, like you not representing, you don't respect yourself and things like that. I'm not saying I'm for or against, but people had so much to say like that was their relationship. And I just feel like they married. Let them do what they want to do.
You know?
But I don't understand why people just attack like they got the laws on, everybody got to abide by what they feel like a marriage is supposed to be.
That's just what people do. They just judge just because that's just society, period.
Right. If it ain't for you, it ain't for you.
At the end of the day, like, don't force.
If they happy, that's all that matters.
At the end of the day, you ain't got to rock with
somebody
it.
Else.
What they eat don't make me shit. Right. So I don't care what y'all doing.
That's like being mad because somebody else eat meat and you don't. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just
y'all choice.
It's that simple.
Exactly.
You know?
Okay, that's all. You know.
Oh, girl, you just had to have your little moment of shine.
No, because I want people to really just start not trying to persuade people to go by what they feel like is right. At the end of the day, whether somebody in a marriage, whether they whatever, like, do you? And people just really big on
judgment.
Very judgmental, like very like I don't know. When I read it, I was like, at the end of the day, they married, a whole married couple. But I just wanted to, mind your business. Just mind your business. Mm-hmm. That's all. So,
but speaking of judgment, then,
okay,
what is your judgment or verdict on the new Minaj album?
The Queen. I let her.
So you clearly have a fan.
Pretty cool.
I like it.
I kind of enjoyed it myself.
I do. Of course, I was thinking like, okay, how she finna come? She ain't really, dropped a lot of. I mean, she's been featured on a lot of stuff, but I mean, I like it. We was listening to what was his name? Podcast. Joe Budden, and they're very music critics. But I just think overall it was nice. I like the Barbie dreams, just how she was really, because I thought it was real. I thought it was one of them. What's the girl who made the book? I can't think of these people's names. Who slept with everybody. Superhead.
Got
I was like, dang, you really gonna put everybody out there like that? But I didn't know it was,
Her name is Karen.
Yeah, I did hear that. How you know?
Because she's popular.
She is. But I like it overall. I think, she did her thing. She did her thing.
I mean, I'm not a fan, but that's just my own opinion.
You're not a Barb?
Definitely not a Barb. Not my thing at all.
You don't like the song? Just from a music point of view. You're not really vibing with the songs?
She alright.
Sounds like a hater to me.
I thought it was kind of cool.
Okay, so did we not just say you can't force judgment?
No, but I'm saying by music. Like, what is
why
it?
Does it have to? Why do I have to be a hater? Because I don't care for what you care for. See, sis, you ain't even practicing what you preaching.
That's true, but every song you hate is what I'm saying. Did you listen to?
No, I just said I wasn't a fan. That didn't mean every song I heard I hated. That just means overall, that's not something I'm going out my way in the morning to make sure I find the Queen album and listen on my drive to work.
Oh, okay. Which
Mom?
Oh. She always calling when we
She does. Hold on, I gotta answer this call. Hey girl, we're recording the podcast.
Hey, people.
Look. Hey.
I was gonna talk to the children. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye. That's how you do.
Also in trending news, Have you guys heard of the man in Denver, Colorado, who was on the news pleading to help everyone find his wife and his 2 daughters? He was like, they're missing. I can't find them. Please, please help me. And then some days later, he came up and actually confessed that he killed them.
Them. Wife,
children,
kids.
and the wife was pregnant. So the fetus, the wife, and the 2 daughters, he killed them. And then left them at his job at a petroleum plant. All based on financial. They believe it was all financially motivated.
What you mean?
They were having
They
struggles.
were struggling. So he killed the wife and the family?
Hey, you know.
He wasn't one of us, was he?
No, now that's some real clear nonsense right there that's going on.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing to say about that.
Yeah, no comment.
That's that way over there.
Oh, wow. See?
Whew.
That's heavy, ain't it?
It is. I mean, I'm just trying to think of the mindset.
Ain't nothing I can say to help you.
Right. That's very
You
true.
just slaughtered
It's a
your whole
wrap.
family.
Your
like
family.
you.
And then you gone because you going to prison. Your life over with.
Well,
Sounds like somebody's.
Oh. Here she comes.
Of course.
what are you doing?
We're trying to do the podcast. Miss Adrian.
Got a special guest. Well, since y'all just cut down, y'all just didn't have nothing to say.
I'm
No,
speechless.
no.
I really don't. I mean, I don't
And
know
other clear nonsense. I have another one.
you even had the feeling to just say I'm gonna kill my pregnant wife and our kids. Like I can't
fathom.
Yeah, I can't even fix. I don't know how. Oh gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oof.
crazy.
And like I said, in other clear nonsense, we have a man who got into a dispute with his wife. Police were called. He was then, of course, detained or what have you. He was then bonded out of the jails or released, what have you. And then he decides to take a private jet and fly it into the house.
Still don't have nothing to say about that shit. This
he
type
was
of shit,
released.
I don't have no.
So him and his wife got into it. Somebody sees it. They call the
Called
police.
He was in jail. He got released.
He said, "You know what? Forget her. Take this plane.
Where
I'm
did
gonna
the
fly
plane from?
it in the house." It was a private jet. It was a
just know how to
small
fly a
little
plane?
jet
Into the house
in the crib.
and killed his.
Self, the wife and the child got out.
These folks crazy, man.
Clear nonsense.
got
Where
anything to say
do you
about
get
this,
these
Adrian?
ideas from?
You got anything to say about that situation? I don't either. I mean,
I don't know where you get the idea to do that.
That's
Like,
that clear
That's
logic.
like
this
not
nigga went
human,
straight
like-
9/11 on his family.
On your
Like,
family. Yeah.
Hey, they got mad as hell. Fucking 9/11, remember? This
Oh!
motherfucker went right into the goddamn house.
Just slid
On
straight
his
into the house.
family.
Yeah.
Straight on behalf of Allah type shit.
And where is he now?
Dead.
He died during
He's gone.
I mean,
You gotta love it.
Crazy.
that just ain't no. That ain't one of us, was it?
Once again, I said that was
We
clear.
don't
That
even
was clear
fly
nonsense.
planes. We don't even know where to go get no plane.
Right. I have no
That's so bad.
access
I
to
get a plane.
no plane.
You just got a plane. How am I gonna get a plane?
Am I even bonding out of jail that quick?
Man.
That's some to even have time to still be that mad. That had to be fresh to be
Crazy.
that mad still to want to go get a plane.
Wow. Yeah. That's pretty out there.
So I
Yeah.
need to pour us a brown. We
Got a
gotta
clink
take
clink?
we're gonna take one for our sister who passed, Miss Aretha Franklin.
Oh.
Pour a lap up
libation. Yeah.
for our sister. Hey, I wonder,
What?
does that mean Patti LaBelle ain't mad no more? Is the beef over because she died? Does the
I was
beef
hearing
end when
something
people
about
die?
they were still Somebody was still talking. I think she said something recently on the low. Like, I don't even know.
I'm just curious though. Does beef end when people die?
It should.
Or you still hold a grudge? Like, now I ain't gonna
hold a grudge. Who you gonna hold it on?
Her kids? I don't mess with you because I don't mess with your mama.
I don't like you. I ain't like your mama.
I mean, it kind of does.
No, it don't.
That's my logic.
The kids ain't did nothing.
We talking on the podcast.
You gotta go and kill that beef.
I was just curious.
Who gonna kill?
Oh, I think we should lay off the K word.
I know that's why I was like, oh. Hold on. Oh,
I'm just saying, the beef got to go too.
The beef gotta go.
If they gone, the beef got to be gone. Ain't no sense of beef, man. You gonna beef with a dead person? Don't even make sense.
It's a lot, you know. I even wonder what they beefing about.
Ghost gonna whoop your ass.
Maybe
pie recipes.
That's what I thought I was gonna say. Is this the pie beef? The pie beef. That's what I was gonna say.
Who cooked the best greens?
Might be
oh my god!
People to be beefing with is a dead person, like on the low.
Yeah.
But let that grudge go out the window.
Let that go.
Soon as they gone, you just let it go.
You know what?
You can't even fight for real.
Let that go a long time ago, but I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it die.
It'd be your best bet.
Just go.
Yeah.
Well, to Miss Franklin.
To Miss Franklin. Clankety clank.
Clank, clank, clank.
Clank, clank. Ooh.
Pour a little sip out and flow.
Oh, wow. Whew.
That was strong.
That was on that. I got to go on that note.
That was strong.
That burnt my chest, y'all.
Well.
So that was the juice with Mother Juice.
Stay thirsty, my friends.
And I need some juice.
Cause that shot was strong.
Need some juice for real. Well,
thank you all for tuning in once again of our long hiatus episode.
Yeah, definitely.
But we are still here, so make sure that you all connect with us on our social media platforms. On Facebook, Married and Shit, as well as on IG, Instagram, Married and Shit. And if you have any
kids all up in the mix,
anything.
This is why we ain't had no episode.
I mean, it's been a lot.
You got the kids and shit.
And then we gotta wait till like midnight because put them anyway.
These ain't no babies.
Right. Okay. So yeah, you getting the Married and Sugar Honey Iced Tea. But if you have any topic ideas, anything you want to suggest, any music that you want to send our way for us to listen to and check out, any business owners that you want, if you're a business owner and you would like to partner with us on some marketing things, hit us up at marriedandshit615@gmail.com, the way it is spelled. And y'all gonna stay connected with us and get more of this content. So, but yeah. So, and it's a wrap.
See you later. You gotta say it louder. Girl, that
Say bye-bye. Say it. Bye-bye.
All right.
And we out.
This has been the Married and Shit Podcast with Jumz and Netta.